you should be able to see the messages on in the chat room on your side. Hopefully, it should be. Well, it's a delicate freaking system over here on Restream, so hopefully, God willing, you can see it. But I stay up pretty good on with the chat and everything, so uh, we'll see what happens.
Right on.
We'll do our best. That's for sure. There we go. Change here. All right. All right, we got Eddie in here. Got a handful of people checking out on the chat right now. So we are good to go. Everything seems to be linked up. What's up, Gary? How you doing, bro? We got Chris Seibold checking in from West Texas BMX and giving us his intake on being a track operator, what it takes to be one of the top tracks in probably the nation. Because if anybody is aware, like Texas does a real good job. I mean, between Texas, California, and Florida, Texas is where it's at. You get Houston, DeSoto, Capital City. It's a tall order. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. Good.
Yeah. How's everything been over there in West Texas?
It's hot and miserable.
Hot and miserable. I feel you, Chris. We're over here in like some weird kind of stuff over here in California. It's like we're ending summer into winter, and it's kind of it's humid and sticky, to say the least.
No humidity, just dry, flat wind and dirt. Just
a dry wind, flat and dirt.
yeah.
That's a kind of a everyday thing over here.
I mean,
what's up, Eddie? How you doing there? Eddie Haskell, Brian Jenkins. Everybody checking in tonight on a Friday Night Live. Got a special episode getting ready to drop tonight with Chris Seibold from West Texas. And we're going to be talking about the whole track operator standpoint, which was a big topic a couple weeks ago, where I put a big post out there on the Beer Budget page of why is there a lot of track operators dropping off. There's a lot of chatter. I mean, Chris, you're a big part of that one, and you want to come on and talk about it and give your insights on it. And it was a big thing across the board with a lot of other track operators, and it drove a lot of chatter. So Chris, what's your take on it? And welcome to the show, and thank you for wanting to come on.
Man, it's so being a TO is really not I don't know how to put it. It's you do it because you want to do it. We'll put it that way, right? Like I took over our track a year ago, and I had no idea what it takes to run a track. Right? It's not just show up, open a gate, and drop some gates and score some riders. It's a whole lot behind the scenes. A whole lot of stuff to keep kids interested, to keep families interested. Weeding out some of the goods, bad, but all, while maintaining a professional track, really. Like it's
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and you know,
finances.
with you being there over there in the middle of Texas, like, I mean, you got like kind of like a tall order. I don't know if it's like California tall order or Florida tall order. You know, it's like we're all kind of like segregated. You know, California's on one side, Texas is on another side, Florida gets to do whatever the hell they want to do. You know, and you got like some big shoes, I guess, to say, to fill and to keep your operation going and being productive, right? Or no?
No, yeah, absolutely. You don't want to lose another track. Where we're located, our closest track is 250 miles either way, right? Like it's 250 miles to west El Paso or 250, 260 miles east to DeSoto. Like we're dead smack in the middle, the armpit of Texas, and our
Really?
track is,
It's that far?
yeah, it's that far.
Well,
And
I had no idea that Texas was like that far spread out. I thought for sure like you guys had a lot of kind of like local tracks kind of spread out through within, you know, maybe like 45 minutes, hour
DeSoto
and
and
30 minutes
Cowtown are
or
pretty.
whatever. Like,
Yeah, DeSoto and Cowtown, I think they're about 40 minutes away. Lone Star and Cap City are about an hour apart. And then Houston from Cap City is another 3 hours or so. So kind of the central East
mm-hmm.
Texas is kind of right there. Corpus Christi is driving real hard to get their track back. So they'll have a nice little group of tracks down there. But as far as where I'm located and El Paso, we're nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Like El Paso's tracks are closer to Tucson than they are to my track.
Really? Yeah. Wow. Damn. So you're way out there. So what? So really? That's insane.
So,
Yeah. Wow. Holy crap, bro. I had no idea like Texas was like that far spread out compared to like some of the other states like with Florida or here in California with oh oh we lost him. We lost Chris. What's up, Carrie? What's up, Jaden? Chazinski? Asasio? Seibold. What's up, guys? No, we'll get him back in the chat. He'll be back real quick. You know, we got Chris Seibold from West Texas chiming in. So yeah, he'll be back in. I'll let him in. We'll be fine. You know, we're talking about the whole track operator stats and everything else that has to go on. We're getting ready to go. I'll be down tomorrow over there in Reedley Airtime BMX for the Cali Cup qualifiers tomorrow and Sunday. So that's going to be a big one. And we are going to be live tomorrow night from the camping compound over there at Airtime Reedley tomorrow too. So yeah, we got Chris waiting to get him linked back up, and because we're touching on the topic of TOs and tracks and everything else in between. So once he gets back in there, we'll get him dialed. Be all right. Hope everybody's doing good. Everybody's having a good October. No, gonna be a big one over there at Airtime Relay tomorrow and Sunday for sure. I mean, we got the fat bikes going on. Got side hack races happening. The money opens is going to be a big heater over there at Airtime too as well. So I mean, if you already got your qualifier tickets, get in the freaking airtime, man. Get in there, have fun. It's a good time. The Huberts, great family. Love them to death. And I'll be on the microphone. I don't know if Al's gonna show up or not, but everybody knows how Al goes. So just saying, guys. Don't know if anybody else was tuning into Red Bull Rampage. The girls dropped in today, and holy shit, was Rampage not a freaking clincher today. Whew, we got a breather tomorrow. The men drop in on Sunday. I just don't even know what to say. The ladies just came uncorked for Rampage today over there at friggin' the Virgin Mountains of Utah. It was nuts. It really was. It was something friggin' spectacular, and was just like, man, dude, they sent a lot of shit. Now, hey, a lot of money got paid out, but there was a lot of carnage too. Not just on the ladies' side, because the ladies' side, they were originally with 12 riders to drop in and ended up with 5. And it was just like, dude, are you kidding me right now? Fuck. I can only imagine what Sunday is going to be. Sunday is going to be freaking a banger.
There we go.
Hey, there we are.
Yeah, we just switched over to my phone. My laptop don't want to work.
Oh, there we go. All right, good. Hey, good shit, brother. Hey, it happens. you know,
1 second.
I know it. Trust me. There we go. We got Chris back in on the chat with the live feed and everything. So we're doing Gucci right now.
I'm back. Haha. Switch my phone. Don't have a charger. I had to go get that.
Hey, it's all right. Hey, it happens, man. I've done enough live feeds to know. I understand how technical difficulties go, man.
We're good to go now. So
There we go. All right, we're back in the batter's box, baby. West Texas, Chris. How do you keep it going? And you stated earlier. I mean, we're in the beginning chat of with what you do and this, that, and the other, and you've only been a track operator for a year, maybe a little bit more. Like,
yep.
And let's reiterate back to like the big post of track operators dropping off that was on the beer page 2 weeks ago, and and you're a big proponent on that one with your comments and everything. It's like, hey, bring me on, let's talk about it, like volunteer wise. What do you do? What does West Texas do? You sent me those pictures 2 hours ago, and I couldn't believe this gem of a track that you have over there in West Texas. I'm sitting there like shitting Twinkies, like, this thing is beautiful, man.
Yeah, no, it's a great track. Like I said, we got one guy named Doc. He's been maintaining it since 2012. His kids used to ride. He rode. His kids don't ride anymore, but he loves it. And I'll get notifications on my phone at night for the security cameras for motion and stuff. And I'm like, who's out at the track? Because it's all fenced off. You can't get in unless you jump a fence or you got a key. And it'll be at 8, 9 o'clock at night, and he's out there weed whacking and soil tacking and pulling stickers, and just he gets bored, so he just goes over there and starts working on the track in the middle of the night. And honestly, it's part of the reason we haven't pushed for a rebuild or anything, because he's maintained it and put so much glue on it, and people like it because it's fast and got some good straights. So we'll leave it as is for now.
Yeah. So how is your track? Is it slurry, soil tag, real dirt,
It's soil
asphalt
tack.
turns, or like
Nope.
what is it?
It's soil tack, concrete off the gate, built on top of a shipping container, like a Connex box. So it's pretty tall, pretty steep. But
Yeah,
other than that, it's just soil tack all the way.
really.
Yeah.
No asphalt turns or nothing.
No asphalt turns. We actually, networking and trying to get some of these oil companies to help fundraise and sponsor the track. We had a asphalt company that was interested in maybe doing the turns, and when I asked the board and this guy particularly, they all said no, because once you put an asphalt turn in, it's permanent. You can't. All you can change is your straights, right? And our turns
Right.
are so steep and got high banks on them that even getting asphalt as tall as they are right now would be near impossible. So they said no, we're good. So we'll just leave them as is.
So do you
People.
are the turns like glued and slurried
Yep.
or
Yeah, they're all glued and slurried all the way up to the top. Um, I can't even tell you how many coats of glue that man's put on there, along with all the other volunteers that show up and patch it. It's nice. It can rain and we can ride on it. If we wanted to.
really? You know what?
Yeah.
That's crazy, and that's a good thing too. Because I've been to a handful of Florida tracks too, where it's like and race there at nationals in the pouring rain, where it's just like the bike is gonna stick. You don't got to worry about nothing. Like, is that how your surface is?
Yeah, we've got a couple spots that get a little soft, but for the most part, you can ride it in the rain. We try not to though. Just we don't want to damage anything or kids wiping out, getting hurt for us, slick areas
No,
and
for
stuff.
sure.
Don't have the proper tires. So,
Yeah,
but if it starts raining on us with no thunder or lightning, we'll finish out in the rain. No big deal.
that's awesome, man. So,
So the good thing is less maintenance, man. Like if you got a dirt track and it pours like El Paso, theirs is all dirt, and when it rains, it floods, washes out half their track. When it rains here,
oh,
it
really?
just dries
How
up.
how far away is El Paso to you guys?
About 246 miles from my house to El Paso's first track. They got two tracks over there.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, trying to figure out the logistics over here, like being in California and all that stuff. The only tracks I've ever been to in Texas has been Houston and DeSoto because like I was good friends with Chris Allen when he was a track operator over there at DeSoto. So that was always like a main stop on my way to Grants because it was like cool. I go hop in over to DeSoto. We have a good time. Call some motos, and it's like 5 hours north. So but other than that, like I don't know much about the Texas
Yeah,
side
it
of
just
it,
means you
and
drove
I
right
honestly,
past our track on the way to DeSoto.
really,
That's probably 2 minutes off the highway, off I-20.
no kidding, huh?
Yep.
Had no freaking idea.
That's the problem, man. Nobody knows the tracks here. That's when I took it over. Like I said before, we averaged like 9 riders. There's a
Mhm.
population of close to 300,000 people within a 30-mile radius. There's no reason we should only have 9 riders, right? So that's the mentality I went into it with, and here we are, quadrupled our numbers for the year.
No, so you're chomping at the bit, like in the 40 range, then.
We're getting there. We've been averaging about 35, 36 riders since the middle of June, July.
Wow, shit, good stuff, Chris. For everybody that's late tuning in, I got Chris Seibold checking in from West Texas on the show tonight, which is came off of the whole track operators being dropped off 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks ago. I can't
About 3 weeks
remember.
ago.
Yeah, of why there's being such a big shuffle with track operators and everything going around. That was I think that stemmed off of I think it was a track off of Washington. I believe. If I remember right. But you were a big part of it, and a big part of the conversation of of with volunteers and with what it takes to be a track operator and being successful. So Chris, I mean, dude, I appreciate that so much, and been trying to get you on the show, and we finally got that right now. And you're 1 year in being a track operator.
Yeah. Honestly, a lot of it is having a supportive board, right? Like when I took over, I remember the president told me, she said, "Welcome to your second job you don't get paid for."
Yeah.
So, and it's turned into a second job. Like I said, pre-show, 4 kids that race. 3 of them are on their own terms, kind of hit or miss, and then my 7-year-old daughter would live at the track if she could. So super beneficial there, but good board members, running with ideas, right? Like I came in and pulled some ideas off some other tracks that we traveled to in the Midwest 2 years ago before taking over the track. Punch cards, stuff of that nature. The Hill, Elgin, that's where I got that idea from. Thank you guys. They were beneficial, answering questions I took over. But, I've come up with these ideas or want to network or get involved with the community. And most of the time, I'm out there with them. But we've got volunteers that jump in, step up, and represent the track as well and hand out flyers. We take loaner bikes out to these events for kids to ride, helmets. We got a big consignment thing that goes on twice a year called Ray Lana's Consignment. And it's huge. And they let us set up like a mock track with cones, and we take out bikes, and, kids just throw a helmet on and ride a bike around the parking lot. And then we hand them flyers and they come check it out. Just get involved in the network. Sand Springs, Oklahoma, they're huge in the school district. Still trying to figure out how they got in the school district and run the program they do.
You know what? And that's honestly, Chris, like that's been a big thing too. A lot of people are like wondering, like, how did this whole like high school, junior high thing come about? Or they're like with Sand Springs and everybody else is like that Hardesty area, That's been a big thing.
They're willing to help any tracks. I've reached out to them. They've given me who to contact. I haven't gotten to it yet because I'm busy between work and home life and the track and stuff. But I've got in with one of the school districts here, and they're letting me, as long as I put on a flyer that it's free, nothing, it don't cost nothing, right? To come out first time is free, open house, whatever. They'll blast it to all the parents that have an email account for their students in the district. So the first flyer I sent out, I mean, it went to, she said, probably 30,000 people. I think we generated like 3 or 4 people out of that. Granted, my school district that's out of is 30 miles from the track. So I'll take 3 people all day long.
Yeah.
So it's just, you got to work angles and stuff, network, talk to people, hand out stuff. Before I took over the track, I had no idea USA BMX provides a ton of marketing material. A lot of people probably don't realize it. I was at our track for a year.
They probably don't. Honestly, they really probably don't.
And it's free. That's the crazy part. Like the TOs have access to a backside of a page for marketing material, like flyers and Valentine's Day cards. Like, why pay for Valentine's Day cards when your track can literally order custom Valentine's Day cards with riders from your track on it? And on the back, hey, 1 day free trial members, come check out this track. Here's the address, and then tape a piece of candy to it. So I had no idea we had all this access to it. And, they come with little displays you can set up at gas stations. So I just keep ordering them, and as new people or parents show, ask them, hey, you got a gas station by your house you visit frequently? And they're like, all the time. Like, I got one right here. Like, a cool little llama here because it's literally house, and I'll go get a fountain drink. So I've got flyers set up in the gas station. People pick them up. So I got parents that do that.
That's almost like
Christmas
track bucks or something.
We do all kinds
of
stuff.
That's cool. I mean, you can't
Yeah.
ask for anything else better. It's like you go get like some
But yeah,
bucks
a lot of people
or
don't
some points or
realize it. Like,
whatever
yeah,
on your stamper
you
card.
know, time consuming for sure. Did I lose you?
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah. No, I got you. You're there. I got you. You good? Oh, don't cut out, Chris. I got you. You're still there. Everybody's tuning in. We still got you. What's up, Bill? How you doing, Arthur? You good, Chris?
It's terrible.
You're still there. I got you. You haven't dropped off. Okay, hold on. All right, we're there. You good? You there?
Yeah.
Okay, there. All right, we're good. Freaking Wi-Fi, dude. Wi-Fi, dude, it's a tough customer, dude.
Telling you.
You know, I mean, hey, everything could be going hunky dory, and it just crashes the whole thing. You know.
My kids want to watch Netflix. It's gonna work perfectly fine, right? Like, that's how it goes.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing on our end too, as well. You know, one of the biggest things with what we were talking about, and with the big post with the TOs dropping off, is like everybody goes like, is the rider retention, you know, but then there is the two of the volunteer retention. You know, how do you go about going and keeping that? I mean, especially like
Yeah.
after you sent me those pictures, man, 2 hours ago, I'm sitting there like thinking like, dude, this place is freaking beautiful, man. A lot of us out here in California would love to have a facility like with what you have. You know, so
Come on.
how does your volunteer retention go over there at West Texas?
So when I took over, rider count was low. It was only the board members opening, board members doing everything. And as we've built rider count and more families are coming out, we went back to the board, had a meeting, and we were finally in a good position where we could offer incentives, right? Like I pay for my kids, they pay for their kids, but we devised it's not really a plan, just what do you want to call it? A program, right? Like back to the punch cards. Volunteers get a punch card, and each position they want to sign up for the day is worth a punch or two punches. If you announce, it's two punches. If you work a turn, it's one punch. If uh, if you run the gate, that's two punches. If you're going to score, it's two punches. Kind of deal, like something to benefit them, right? And once you get 10 punches, you can turn that card into. So they'll turn that card in for a pre-race, right? So if mom and dad are going to go, one's going to score and one's going to work the gate. Well, that's 4 punches in one day, right? They just paid for one race, got 4 punches. They do it again on Saturday. Now they got 8 punches. And then by the time they're done on Tuesday, they're racing again for free. And then and being a decent human being, right? Like,
I mean, dude, punch cards for freaking volunteers, like that's pretty freaking legit. I don't think I've ever heard of any other tracks doing punch cards for volunteers.
Well, yeah, it kind of works backwards. I think I got one in my wallet here.
What's up, this Justin is like Hartman, Day Ramey?
So there's a practice card, right? Our practice is $7.
Okay.
So if you pay $70, you get a punch card, and then after 10 practices, you get a free one. So essentially, if you pay $70 up front, your practices come out to $6, right? But in the end, that front loads the track for money, and then they lose the card, misplace it. That's not on us. That's on you or your
Right.
child. And then if they quit showing up, right? Like the tracks, they're getting their money up front, basically. But it's a benefit, right? If you're going to pay for it all up front, we'll give you a free practice or a free race, same thing.
Yeah.
But it works backwards, right? So the volunteer, same thing. It's got 10 punches on it. You sign up for a spot. There's no claiming it ahead of time. Like you've got to be there. If they're filled up by the time you get there to register, well, unfortunately, you're gonna have to wait till the next race or practice to sign up to volunteer for something. Yeah. And once they get 10 punches, bring me the card and we'll give you a free race, right? So it's just we've had to get to that point though, because when I took over, we weren't at the point where we could afford to just give out free races or eat the cost of a free race.
Right. No, yeah.
But then that goes back to
you gotta cover your ass, at the same time.
Absolutely. But that goes back to like rider retention and stuff and volunteers, right? Like you got to keep it fun. Like we do themed races all the time. Like I was telling you earlier, tutus for tatas. Like this Tuesday, we're racing in tutus. Buy a tutu for $5, racing a tutu. The money that we use from selling the tutus we're going to donate to breast cancer awareness, whatever foundation we elect to send it to. Thanks, Justin.
Yeah, dude, that tutus for tatas. You said that to me. I'm like, how is this not going across the board, across all the states? I mean, I stay pretty up to date with a lot of tracks throughout the states and everything, but never seen anything like this. Tutus for tatas for breast cancer awareness. I'm like, bro, dude, that's
the kids love it, right?
Man.
Not just the kids, but the parents, right? Like I was wearing a tutu the other day because I was digging them out, making sure how many I had before Tuesday, and I was walking around wearing a pink tutu, and the kids just thought it was hilarious. And then had other dads and stuff chuckle and stuff. I'm like, "You're wearing one Tuesday, don't worry." And he's like, "All right, let's do it." So, that's a big thing. And then getting cameras set up so we can live feed all our races now. That's been huge too, because we've got so many dads out here in the wool field that they're working 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. They're not, out in the wool field. So getting everything set up to live feed, or grandparents out of state or can't make it to the track, like they love now that they can get online or get on their phone and they can watch their grandkids or daughters or son and watch them race, right? Like, so they're not missing. They're not just getting a picture or a video.
Yeah, the live feed on the local scene has really ramped up a lot. I've seen just on the beer page, with the tracks that I follow that are interactive with what we do, it's been a big thing, and we have oil fields too at the same time down in SoCal with a lot of parents too, and they go and do the live stream. The live streaming on local racing is really something freaking big, and a lot of people don't take that into fruition, I believe, as it being to be that important.
I mean, it's not much to set up. I don't know. I run ours through the security cameras, right? Like just use OBS Studio, tie in the security camera, pick what camera I want, what angle. If I want to set up 4 angles, I can, and set up an overlay, stream it, and then I go about my business. And at the end of the races, I just turn it off, right? Like I'm not fancy where I can have each moto pop up, like USA BMX, but people can usually find their kid and what race they're in based on, the motos as they're coming down the gate. So, but they love it. Like my wife stays home with our kids sometimes, and she'll hang out on the couch and watch. If I take 2 of the kids, she'll watch our kids race from the house.
Right. Yeah. No. I mean, I get I'll go and repost a lot of stuff from Blue Springs, Missouri, and a handful of other ones out there in the mid states that are offering the live camera feed of the local races. And we have a couple, I wouldn't say a handful, that offer it over here in California, which you would think, honestly, like every California track would be offering a live stream kind of base, but we don't have that. It all comes down to kind of like what you and your program are doing and are acceptable to making it happen. And I love
Yeah, I
it.
mean,
Hey,
it's
I can sit
gonna
here in the garage or in the house, and live stream from Blue Springs, live stream from West Texas. I go and click on whatever racing I want to do on a Friday night, which is great. And I think a lot of people don't know about it. Honestly, I really don't.
they probably don't. Which I mean, as it spreads, and if you get someone kind of tech savvy to get it set up, I've told other tracks before. If you need help, reach out, let me know. It's super simple to get set up. The biggest thing would be like a PoE camera, power over Ethernet. Unless you want to use your phone, you can use your phone. But if you just got a power over Ethernet camera, it's so much easier just to set it and forget it, right? Like you use your phone, you got to worry about it blowing over in the wind or getting knocked over.
Right.
I used to do that. But going back to the TO thing is I don't know, it's a hobby, right? Everybody's got a hobby and I love doing it. We'll put it that way. I'm sure I might get burnt out eventually. I may not. My kids quit racing, I might still do it. I couldn't tell you. Um, but rather than going out to the bar or, you know, other things with friends and stuff, I don't know. I enjoy it. Like when I came into it, it was like a challenge, right? Like we got 9 riders. What can we do to make this place better, right? Because that's a big thing. Your rider counts get so small, and riders are just
Uh-huh.
racing the same kids over and over. And if they're not as advanced and they're just losing over and over, they don't want to come back, right? Like, hey, you want to go race today? Oh, am I racing Billy? Yeah, probably. No, I don't. I could care less. I don't want to race Billy, right? And then they lose that interest. So by driving change and networking and growing, we're bringing new kids to the track. So kids aren't racing the same kids over and over and over. They're getting new people to race,
Yeah.
and that helps the retention. But you got to keep motivated, right? And then your volunteers keep them motivated to, stay in it, right? Like whenever I took over, I was there 3 days a week, open and close, open and close, and it did get overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie, get tiring, and now I'm to a point now that I don't go on Thursdays on practice, right? I go on Tuesdays and Saturdays for my kids to race, and Thursdays I hang out at the house, get some honeydews done, hang out with the wife,
All right.
and I don't have to worry about it. They'll text me if they have an issue or if they need help with something, or they'll call it, and I'll walk them through it. Burnout is real for track operators. It's real for
Yeah, for sure.
volunteers, but it's all about keeping it fun and keeping it interesting, right? Like, and like I said before, just being a good person, right? Like you don't have to be a dick if somebody's being rude. Just have a nice conversation with them.
Right.
For example, I've gone to a couple races, big races, and I've had 2 of my kids back out last minute. Like they're just like, I don't want to race. Like I'm tired,
Mhm.
right? And all my kids have played sports, and I'm not going to push them. Like if you don't race, whatever, no big deal. And I've gone to take them out of the moto, and it's hit or miss. 9 times out of 10, you're not getting your money back. Cut
Mhm.
and dry. They're just sorry.
For sure.
It is what it is. But the opposite way, if somebody came to my track and they got sick or injured, why do I want to keep your money, right? Like you're not gonna get points out of it. You're not here for it, right? So I had a rider from Oklahoma during our Gold Cup. There's a park by our track, and it was between motos. And I was actually putting in the transfers, and somebody came in and said, "Hey, the ambulance can't find the park. Somebody got hurt." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Like I'm trying to
Yeah.
put in transfers so we can get Gold Cup going. And I thought it maybe was just a local kid. And come to find out, it was actually a rider who drove down from Tulsa to ride. He's a nag rider, and he split his knee wide open, like 28 stitches inside out. And when I found out who it was, I actually found his mom's number in our pre-sign, and I texted her that night after I found out, and I was like, "Hey, I want to check on him for one, and for
Right.
two, I'm going to refund you your cruiser and class fees. Right? That's $80." I can afford to give them back their $80
Yeah.
after making the trip plus the hospital bill. You know, and a lot of tracks won't do that, and that would drive people away faster than anything, right? Like if my kid's not racing or he's sick, why can't I get my $15 back, right? Like they're just, it is what it is, you know. And I understand it, I accept it, but at the end of the day, people are patrons of your track, and if you're a decent human being and treat them as such, they're more than likely going to come back to your track. You know, I sent that kid a free T-shirt. We did Gold Cup awards through all 4 places this year. As before I realized that they changed the rules to just first through third. So we had awards through fourth, and I went back to his moto, and he would have got first or through fourth, right? There was only 4 riders in his moto. He would have got something. So I literally mailed him a number 4 Gold Cup ring because he was there. He would have raced if he didn't wreck. And what am I going to do with a ring that at the end of the day, if I've got 30 of them left over, right? Like, so the least I can do is help cheer the kid up, right? Like, it's not a big deal. Sure. So just little things like that.
That's amazing.
Networking, right? Like, we don't have a local bike track anywhere around us other than Trek and Specialized, and they don't do anything BMX. They're all mountain bike. So I reached out to On Two Wheels in Midwest before our state and Gold Cup. Said, hey.
Oh, Jeremy, yeah, I know Jeremy. Yeah.
I think it was Matt Blake, his name, from Kansas. They made the trek all the way down here from Kansas and set up, and people from our state and Gold Cup race. I thought it was the coolest thing ever because we had a bike shop, full functioning bike shop, set up for our state and Gold Cup race, and they were able to get parts and tires and tubes, and you know, and then they turned it into a family vacation because when they were done, they went and checked out Carlsbad Caverns and some other stuff, and then on their way home, hit up Hardesty and everything else. And I just talked to him, and he's coming down again this year. So, you know, just
you can't beat freaking On Two Wheels. You know, On Two Wheels, like they've come in so strong in like the past 4 or 5 years. You know, and have really added a lot to the BMX scene. They really have. You know, you can't take nothing away from that. And with you being in cahoots with them, I mean, damn, that's huge. It really is.
So it's just the little things, right? Like thinking outside the box, right? So Tutus for Tata's coming up. We'll have a costume race. We'll do a Christmas theme race, whatever. We race all year here because the weather's decently good. So our season is January through December. You know, we're fortunate for that. But I'm always looking for something, right? Like, and I've people can hate on me for this if you want. I've kind of spoiled some of our kids. When we do special races like Tutus for Tatas or a themed race, I always order MEQ awards. I always do, right? Like they're coming out, they're spending money. The least I can do is spend a couple bucks and get a few MEQs for these kids, right? And our trophy races are not like that. It's just first or third standard awards. And I had a kid that made it out for 2 themed races. They got an MEQ or whatever, and they came out on a Saturday about a month ago and placed 4th or 5th. I can't remember. And they were waiting for their MEQ. Like, I felt terrible, right? Like, I felt like I was setting them up for failure because they were used to getting something. But at the end of the day, it's a trophy race. It's first, third. So, you know, I just talked to them, explained this, you know, that's just something we do special. If you go to these big races, state, Gold Cup, you might get a MEQ national, but other local tracks don't give out the MEQs.
Right.
It might cost me an extra $3 for an MEQ award, and what, 10 of them, so 30 of them.
I mean, no big deal. That's a big freaking jump. Like, talk about like retention out there and going above and beyond for like your riders. Yeah, you're ordering like MEQs. That's pretty freaking dope.
Like, they love it, right? Like, my daughter's goal is to fill her wall up with awards, and I'm running out of wall space, right?
Oh God.
I'm sure a lot of people witnessed it, you know, and if it's not a special race or a first place trophy, you're getting stamps. That's all there is to it. You can take a picture with it, but put it back.
Yeah, that's a big one, dude.
being different, but I feel like I set a few of them kids up for failure for sure. But after having to talk with them and
Hey,
explain
it
it to them,
happens, man.
it's not always like
It's not,
this.
yeah, it's not premeditated. You got Big Bill Davis, XL Racing checking in. What's up, Big Bill? He's a Texas local. His son races with my son over there, Lindsey Wilson. So big shout out to Big Bill.
Nice, nice.
And you got the tutus for tatas. We talked about that earlier before we went live. And how big of a fundraiser is that for you guys? Like, is
So
that
last year was the
really
first.
like good?
Yeah, well, last year was the first year we did it. My wife came up with the idea to do something different and fun. It was in the middle of the first time we ever did a beginners league kind of deal, and I think we ended up with 26 riders out there, which was huge last year for that many people on a cold October night in tutus. And this year, we've been hyping it up. Already got the awards, showing pictures of them, and I feel like we'll probably hit close to 40 riders out there this time.
Really?
Might be able to give a couple $100 back to breast cancer. We'll see what we come up with. But at the end of the day, it's obviously a good benefit, but we're going to have fun doing it. So that's the biggest thing, right? Like,
oh, for
you
sure.
see a TO wear a tutu, like, I'll rock the shit out of it with a pink tank top.
Yeah.
So,
like, what made you come up with it? Like,
my wife,
coming from like being the dad of a racer, being a TO, and then like having your volunteers at the same time, and you go tutus for tatas. Like, this is going to be our next series. What brings that up?
My wife's very creative, and she thinks of a lot of these themed races and stuff, and she'll throw it out there and we'll run with it. Like last year was for the end of the year was press. Everybody raced in pajamas, and I found MRP BMX was able to give me some Polar Express awards with golden flake on the back, so it looked like a golden ticket, for an award.
No
that was her
kidding.
idea. Yeah. So that was all my wife. She's like, we're gonna race in pajamas and let's do Polar Express thing, and we can serve hot chocolate.
Didn't have like a polar plunge or anything on that one.
No, I'm not. No, I don't do cold, man. I grew up in Phoenix. I like it hot. When it gets below 70, I'm freezing. So it is what it is.
I get you, brother. That's some good stuff.
What's up, dude? I'm on a podcast.
Absolute fucking fire, dude.
Yeah,
I am with you all the way, dude, on that one.
The hotter, the better, all day. So
yeah, for sure.
It's just I hate to see TOs leave because it takes someone who wants to do it. It takes a board that's willing to support you. If you have a spouse, it takes a spouse that wants to support you. It takes a lot of time on the back end side, right? Like when I go home and stuff, there's still stuff that needs to be done. Planning new events, social media, advertising, marketing. If I get time from work, and like the president said when I took over, welcome to your second job you don't get paid for. Right? I'm not compensated.
Right. Yeah. It's the most unthankful position that you will ever have in life.
But it's fun, right? Like
everybody tells me.
I have fun. I enjoy it. I can name probably every rider at our track. That's something I try to do is get to know everyone, introduce myself, meet them, get to know their names. As we grow, I don't know how many more names I can remember, but we're working on it. And then bringing new people in for clinics. Like our track never had clinics before, so it's just networking, reaching out. I've had Premier National Racing come down twice now.
Premier, baby. Oh yeah, dude, the Schutz family. Premier's freaking dope, dude.
The kids will love him. Tyler's great. Justin Mead, I saw he was on earlier. He comes down with Tyler and he helps them. The last clinic they did, actually, I wasn't able to attend, and I got a video of my daughter clearing the tabletop, and I was like, I was like, what is this? Like, I'm not ready for my little girl to be jump on her bike like that. So
going and sending shit like that when dad ain't around. No, I get it.
and
Yeah.
she's like, "You didn't know I could jump? I never jumped because I didn't want you. You didn't want me to." I'm like, "Hey, you
I
do
used
what
to
you
have
want to do."
my girls used to race too, so I understand how that goes.
So it's bringing new people in. I'm not afraid to cold email
What up, Oz?
or cold call anyone. Hell, I reached out to Delaney Vaughn a couple months ago and said, "Hey, we're growing rider track here. I know your schedule's full, but maybe next year, would you be interested in the clinic? We've got a lot of girls out here." And she got back to me and she said, when we plan next year's schedule, maybe we can fit your track in, for a clinic. So, I'm not afraid to reach out to people.
Hey, shit, you're reaching out to Delaney Vaughn. I mean, that's some big shoes.
Whatsoever, Nick Long's been here before. I wasn't here for that one.
It's
And I
the
reached out to
captain.
him.
The captain is just, you can't go and freaking bat an eye at the captain. Honestly, you really can't.
But I reached out to him, and his schedule's full too, and he said maybe next year too. So just bringing new people in. We didn't have any coaches when I took over. I pushed Jana Weiss, who's a Rock 13640 cruiser local to our track. I kind of pushed her in that direction. So now she's a coach for us, and she's kind of taking over our beginners league. When we get around to doing a beginners league, we find time and enough volunteers to host those things, because when you got 20 new kids out there, you need everybody on board.
Yeah.
You got Cam Davis is an older pro. He's working on getting his license back. Gilbert Contreras just got his license, so he's been helping out with some clinics. So just having a variety and having the means to kind of help other people, right? Some people's schedules don't fit for a clinic on a Sunday, but it might work on a Wednesday. So being able to have a variety is huge.
Right.
To let people get some clinics in or some one-on-one time. But I could see the burnout happening, but it comes back to a good foundation. The foundation starts with your board, and then it goes to your volunteers. If you've got to incentivize them, cool. If not, they'll make it work, or they won't. It is what it is. Thankfully, I haven't had anyone negative in the last year and a half. Everybody's been super cool. Most of the parents come up to me once they get kind of comfortable and, "Hey, where can I help? What can I do?
Yeah.
Teach me how to do this." And once you get a solid volunteer base like that, and you can get to where you can rotate them out,
Right.
they won't get burnt out, right? Like, if they're not there, cool. If they're like, "Hey, I just want to watch my kid race today," great. We've got plenty of volunteers. Go sit in the stands. Like, thank you. And then that goes back to the foundation, right? Like, if I don't want to go out there, we've got a board chat, and I can just be like, "Hey, we got plans," or I need a break. And
Right.
I'm confident that they can open the track, they can run race manager, they can run the motos. If you got to call me, cool. It's not a big deal. I'll answer the call. I'll walk you through it. But I still get time away from the track when I need it. So you got to be able to not so much mitigate anything, but dish out responsibilities.
No, that's really cool, Chris. And with how you're elaborating and talking about with what goes on over there in West Texas, like we go back to like the COVID and the pop-up nationals where it's like, you might get that random call. It's like, "Hey, can you guys friggin' handle this X amount of population? And can your facility handle it? Volunteer wise, this, that, or the other, parking, camping, this, that, or the other." And it's just like, you throw something out there. It's just like, I sit back and look with all the podcast shows that I've done with other track operators. It's like, I mean, how would that look as far as like your camping lot? I had Danny Weigel on 2 years ago from North Dakota, and pumping up his facility just like how you are. Yeah, and it's just like, we don't get enough of it. And then it seems to be there's a lot of track operators that don't reach out to go and pump up that local program. It's kind of goes back to the tatas and tutus kind of thing. Like that's next level. I know here for a fact, here in California, there are no tracks doing tutus for tatas for breast cancer awareness. I know that. And I'm tight with a lot of the track operators, and they're doing a fantastic job. But man, you put something like that together, that's really next level, bro. I mean, hats off to you.
Back to thinking outside the box, El Paso, like I said, it's 240 miles away. Check out my tutus that we're going to be racing in on Tuesday.
There it is. Oh, little pink right there.
Back, to El Paso. So the new TO back November last year, and they reached out to me before our state race and was like, "Hey, are you paying for awards out of your pocket or what?" And I'm just like, "No, the track's got funds." But their rider count was so low and they didn't have funds. So they were buying awards out of their pocket, and they got me to thinking, how can we help them? So we coordinated with our track, Desert Downs and Sun City, both those tracks in El Paso. We put on a Texas torture tour, and it was 2 races at our track, 2 races in El Paso at each of their tracks. So we set it up over the summer, and it was a torture. I'm not going to lie.
Dude, the name says it. Dude, Texas torture?
Yeah. So
my God, bro. Like,
drove,
I'm like sitting there thinking, like, I know there's a handful of TOs here in California that are in the chat, and they're watching the show right now. And it's just like, you get something like that, that is next level, man.
We'll get you a torture board. Hey, Richard Hartman, we are going to be live streaming the Tutus for Tatas race on our Facebook.
Hartman knows he's a groundskeeper for our Fresno track, which is 2 hours south of me. So big shout to Hartman. Hartman knows what's up. He's been BMX his whole life.
But just working together as a TO is beneficial. Like that torture tour, we set up 2 races in the same day in El Paso. Went from one track in the morning, bounced to the next one the next day, drove home. Right, it's a 4-hour drive to El Paso, race 2 tracks, come home. Like I wouldn't get home till midnight. My kids were sleeping in the car. It was beautiful. But
yeah,
kind of here, like this is one of them. So we just picked the dates, and
that's
the
the
huge
backside of a number plate.
No, it's just a custom award we had made, right? So everybody got one that raced, and then we gave out the stickers for that race day, right? This Desert Downs, our track, Sun City, and if you raced it, you just fill your board in. But ultimately, at the end of the day, man, we ended up pumping.
You had a 3-track series.
Yeah, 3-track series between us and then 2 in El Paso over the summer. It's called the Torture Tour, man.
You barely get 2, dude, out here.
And then I'm trying to get some of these other tracks on board to have our own series, like the Tour of Texas. Make a board like that. But if you race each track in the Texas of the year, maybe set up a Tour of Texas championship, and you can't race it unless you complete the board by racing at every track in Texas, and then maybe have some money on the line. That's kind of in the works in the backside.
Yeah.
Maybe we can.
What's up, Cardoza? Thanks, Robert, for tuning in, dude.
But by doing that, we were able to kind of pump some revenue into El Paso's tracks to help for some of their state awards, everything like that, because their funds were so low.
Yeah.
And it was fun. A lot of people said they'd do it again.
Now, like, is El Paso, are they just not in the population side of it for
no, I mean they've got
how it goes.
They've got a bigger population than us. It just comes down to at one time I do know that the one TO was running both tracks, and his kids quit racing, so I'm sure he was just burnt out entirely, right? Trying to keep 2 tracks alive. So when they took over, but they're running leagues now. Both tracks are running BMX leagues now. They're growing their rider count. They really are.
Yeah.
So
are you in on that league side too, or not just
We've
yet?
we've run a couple leagues. I'm actually the one that kind of told them about the league. And it helped us, so they're starting to do it too. But that goes back to like you got to have enough volunteers on board when you run a league because you've got so many new kids out there that just you need everybody on deck to kind of help guide it. You know, Jana would coach them, does the coaching, but as far as you know, running corners or announcing or getting them set up, trying to explain the rules to them, running the motos, and then it's not 2-3 people can go out there and run it like on a normal race day.
Right.
Watts is still the TO of Sun City, Bill. He's a great guy. Love Eric Watts. So we're getting there,
Shout
but
out to Eric Watts.
trying to grow it, But like I said, just TOs do get burned out. People say they try to help or they don't. There goes a lot on the backside to make a track run, right?
Right.
And like I said at the beginning, it's kind of like running a business. And if you can't handle running a business or the stress of it, you're not going to survive as a TO because it gets stressful. Like running out of ink in the middle of reprinting your final mains in Gold Cup, and people just want to get the hell out of here, right? Like, because that happened to me. First time running a big races last year, and my printer ran out of toner, and I was like, "Oh hell, what do I do?" Thankfully, I had
shit! Yeah, that's a big one.
But I had another printer in the other building, so we ran across the track with a laptop, plugged it in, and finished printing. But just little hiccups like that, making sure everything works good, and just being prepared, and then just the support, right? Like, if a track can get a good foundation and good volunteers, just kind of rotate out, incentivize them. It's a big thing, and just don't be afraid. If you've got people that have kids that ride and haven't volunteered, go ask how your track could benefit from having you. Like, if you're a tech guy, right? Like, hey, you want to run cameras? Let me help you get up some live feed set up, or show me how to run the gate, or you know what I mean? Like, it just takes a village for sure. But at the end of the day, as your rider count grows, like in that slideshow I showed you, like it's rewarding, and the kids have more fun racing different kids. Like, I don't know if I can show your guests.
It should pop up with whatever you want to share.
Here.
It should pop up there. If not, I'll reshare it. It will.
Here we go. We got you. I just wanted to show them like the stats I was showing you earlier. What can be done when you're motivated, right? Like all our stats, right? I pulled everything that I could through this so far as of yesterday morning. We've never been in the top 50% of Texas. We're sitting in 4th. We've never been higher than 61st in the region. We're 34th out of 109 tracks in the region. Full-time members.
You're putting up some big numbers, dude. Like, that's amazing.
57 new full-time members. The most we had last year was 42, and 18 of those was from our very first beginners league, right? Like, renewals, crushed it there. Balance bikes, we're almost tied with last year's balance bikes with 16. But the big one is your trials, right? Your new members that come out, never been there, want to give it a try. We've never been higher than 35, and so far this year we got 128 people that have come out and tried the track that didn't even know it existed, right? And then our average rider count, we're more than double from the high.
West Texas. Wow. That is amazing.
Our member points, we're crushing, right? And then this last year, our state and Gold Cup rider and moto count was the highest it's ever been, right? And that goes back to your marketing or running a pro-am and just getting people hyped to make the drive to West Texas. Because it is a hike, I'm not going to lie. But when you make it fun, it's rewarding. And then that goes back to being a good person, right? Like, if you're a decent person and no altercations and you want to, you're going to get that retention, right? Like, hey, West Texas had this, pit bike race, and they had an adult strider race. Like, we did an adult strider race after our school race. It was the most hilarious thing. Tyler Schutz actually broke a strider in half. I've got it on video because he went off the gate with his strider and snapped in half. Tyler?
Oh yeah, Tyler, Mama Shuts, get in the chat right now. I know she moved, and it's a little late on her side, but oh yeah, dude, Tyler gonna go obliterate a Strider? Oh my god,
Oh, it was hilarious.
bro!
Just mobbing a Strider and snapped it right in half.
Wow, that is
So,
insane. That is
but
great stuff.
people thought it was funny, right? Like I'd never seen an adult Strider race until my wife goes back to my wife. We should do an adult Strider race, and I said, I'm in on it. Let's do it. And I had, was getting ready to have knee surgery again, and she's like, "You might as well do it now before you ruin your knee again."
Yeah, I've been on the same side of that boat too. Yeah, I understand that.
So yeah, the pit bike race. Robert Barton is a local out here that travels the state scene, and he always he would organize his own individual pit bike races and refurbish trophies. And he reached out to us, and I told him we already had one planned, and he can get on it. But the track provided those trophies for the pit bike racers and stuff. The Pro-Am, like I said, we had a $1,900 Pro-Am, 100% payback to all the riders. We had people like Cam Wing, who I think he rides for Lindsey Winston. He came down, put on it was a great Pro-Am, and we're looking to do it again.
Good old Lindsey Wilson.
Yeah,
shout out to those guys.
He, we're working on sponsors now from some oil companies to gather some more money and have another big Pro-Am like that again. So, and the coolest thing is we didn't give out one big check. All 8 people in the main got a giant check. Like it's 3 foot by 5 foot check. And they thought that was the coolest shit ever. A giant check.
Okay. Damn. Okay. That's pretty. That is freaking dope.
So it's, goes back to the little things, right? Like you're traveling.
Yeah, sure. What's up, Wolski?
You're going to send your money at my track. The least I can do is make it fun, entertaining, right? Like getting on a Pro-Am, you won $40, your entry fee, but guess what? You got a giant ass check you get to go hang up on your wall with $40 written on it, so.
Yeah, no kidding. Like, yeah, that's like really huge, and as far as being a track operator, like, do you go in and cross the line and say, okay, that's enough right now, or we're going to keep taking and bringing in more people, or let's save a little bit going into, say, next year, for like your state series program or whatnot?
No, we'll keep growing it, right? The more people you get, the more people you bring, the bigger you grow, the more revenue you bring. Like, I'm going to keep going full steam ahead until my wife divorces me or or I die. We'll just put it that way. Like, like it goes back to a hobby. I enjoy doing it. So.
No, hey, I feel you. I'm in the same boat, Eric. Honestly, I get you, dog. You're like, do you go and think about like, okay, we're gonna get like some of the big name mountain bikers that were BMX back in the day, which back in the day really could only be 5 years ago, and everybody goes and like, oh, dude, these mountain bike kids or young adults are just like killing it because of the BMX background. Are you offering kind of something like that, or are you in the middle of it where it's just like, oh yeah, keep doing what you're doing and come see me and then we'll figure it out kind of thing?
As far as what, like transitioning people to mountain bike or bringing them back from mountain bike?
No, seeing them leave from BMX to mountain bike, and then next thing you know, like they're back on BMX, but like they're doing the free ride or the dirt jump competitions, and it's just like, you were killing it 3 years ago. Why are you in the pump track side, right?
Right.
Come over here and like let's make something happen. Is that one of the things that kind of like dawns on you or anything? Like, I don't know.
No, it never has crossed my mind, but I'll take anyone, man. If you got a bike, come on out. No kickstands, no reflectors, no pegs. Let's go. just I'll take anyone. If you left, come back. I've had several riders show up in the last couple months that used to race at our track and quit coming out 2-3 years ago, and they're
Really?
seeing Facebook Live now. They're seeing marketing. They're seeing a change in awards. They're seeing a change of pace. They're seeing more riders, and the parents are like, "Oh yeah, we want to come check it out because it wasn't like this 2 years ago." My
Getting
kid got bored with it.
rejuvenated, right?
Yeah, they're like, my kid got bored, so he left. So now we're back. So we're actually starting to pull old racers back into the track, which is I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, that's great. Now, how do you differentiate that? Or where it's just like, okay, you get like an old dude like me. I'm 48. Okay, I'm not going to compete against a 1720. Do you have like a separate breakdown, a separate program on how that goes? I mean,
No,
what is it?
no, nobody's really addressed that. We got a lot of dads that ride now. Before there was never a dad moto, and now I probably got 7 dads that get out there and ride. We got one dad he's probably looks like an ex-pro. He's so damn fast.
Really?
Yeah, but he just bought a bike to ride with his son.
Yeah.
Nick. We've got a lot of dads. We got a lot of moms now too. We've got a whole moms thing going on. They're talking about maybe doing a mom's night for the moms that don't want to ride in front of parents. They're not comfortable with it, right? So Jenna and a couple of the other moms that ride, they're like, let's do a mom's night, right? I'm like, all right, well, you're on the board, you got a key, organize it, let's do it. You guys want a mom's night? Come pick my wife up, let's go.
I've seen a handful of moms' nights too.
Yeah, Sand Springs, I think, or Yukon.
The past like 90 days. I know the week after we did NorCal State Finals, we went and did a 40-year anniversary for Boomtown BMX, which supposedly, according to the numbers, is the third longest running track off the circuit, which was really pretty freaking cool, and being in that meeting with everything that went down. But I mean, hindsight, I mean, you look at Nick Long and E-Pop, like, dude, they could bring everybody and their brother to your track. As far as like oh shit. Oh god. Brain fart right now. A venue or a baseline, for the kids. Like they offer that. And there's not a lot of, say, coaches out here in the California area. Down in SoCal, maybe like 2.5, 3 hours from me, they do offer it. Like, is that something really big, being like interactive with the kids? Especially like when the newbies, you want to keep them stoked and wanting to come back for more. Is that something that you've experienced?
No, not really. Can't say I have, but that goes back to I've been networking, right? Like just reaching out to keep it interesting, to keep new things, changing up the awards, themed races, like you said, keeping the new kids stoked, right? Like my kids probably have 12 of the same acrylic cheap trophy from when they started years ago that is eventually going to make its way back to the track for a recycle race night, 100%. Right. But I can tell you this entire year, not other than a standard trophy race, no kid has gotten the same exact award all year.
Wow.
They're always different. They're always changed, unless it's just a standard trophy night, right? Like, try to keep the medallions, different designs. Just try to mix it up, right? Like, because nobody wants. At the end of the day, kids love trophies, cut and dry, right? Like, they love it.
Plain and clear. Doesn't matter where you're from or where you live at. They love some trophies.
They're excited for that trophy, the plaque, the medallion, right? And the kid may not notice it right away. A teenager will, and apparently definitely will when you've got 15 or 20 of the same damn award. Nobody wants that, right? Like,
Yeah,
change it up.
that's a tall order, honestly. That's legit. I like that.
So, but TO, I mean, it takes a special breed. I've had parents tell me they couldn't do what I do, right? Like, I get tired. I do. I mean, I drive 2 hours to work one way. So by the time I get home, changed, fed, kids loaded up, bikes loaded up, get to the track, like I'm beat at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it. And I've had board members, I've had parents, they've all told me, I can't do it. I don't know how you do it, but it's the motivation. Like, ain't nothing funny than seeing a kid on a Strider transition to pedals for their first time. Like,
No,
that's
a big thing. Yeah,
or winning their first race.
Yeah, you're putting it up there, and it's like, hey, in case you guys missed it, we got this going on, and that's a big thing. I'm going to be at Manzanita and announcing with Roy Wall, and it's like, I'll be giving all kinds of shout outs for that, for sure.
You know what? One big thing that's been beneficial to our track, if any TOs are still on and want to know, I had banners made with QR codes for all our social media. They're hanging up at the track. People walk by, they can scan the QR code, find our Instagram, Facebook, whatever. But one big one I did was I added a track feedback QR code, right? Big banner right in front of grandstands. I want your feedback. I want to know if the track's doing crappy, if there's ways to improve it, if somebody's being a dick, if the kid's being a bully, and you don't want to come tell me in person.
Yeah.
Scan the QR code, fill out the track feedback, give me all the information you want, and that's how you make change, right? Like, I can't change anything or progress or make the track better unless you give me feedback. Some people don't like feedback.
Yeah, you definitely gotta have that.
People don't want to hear it, whereas I want the feedback. So send it to me, right? Like, if you want to recognize a volunteer, right? We held our first awards banquet last year the track's ever had. Kids loved it. They got awards. Some kids earned banners on the fence, which has never been done before.
Yeah.
And but the track feedback, like, if you want to make change, take the feedback and listen to your people at your track and try to make it better.
Yeah, hey, and that's a legit remark or an answer to the question. With the rest of everybody else that is already tuned in and is going to bed, it's like, have you ever, and this is for you, Cam, gone and just designated where it's like, yep, I'm sitting over here. Like, the payout line is going to be here, but then down here at the bottom, it's going to be a lot of carnage.
Yeah. So, no, I'm with you. I know I'm 2 hours ahead of you, but I'm about to crash out, man. It's 12 o'clock here.
No, it's all good, bro. No, I appreciate it, Chris, and I'm glad to bring you on and get your insight with everything going on over there, especially like with West Texas and the races you guys have going on, and it the conglomerate of over here in California where, like, we are so spread out, it's ridiculous. But definitely appreciate you coming on, Chris. I told you, like, hey, dude, we get a chance, I'll bring you on. And it pretty productive show, honestly. You have some great insights, and I know there's a handful of track operators that are from here in my area that tune in watching the show and giving you some kudos too with your background and the breakdown in general of, say, freestyle and racing. So, like, it went a long way, man.
No, I appreciate it, man. Anytime. So keep an eye out for Tutus for Tatas on Tuesday, live.
Yeah, I'm all about the tutus for the tutus for tatas, and like that's a hell of a fundraiser. You know, told you hour and a half ago, we don't have that out here. Like that is really something significant that you came across, and it works and it's productive. Honestly, so it's like, hey, hell yeah, you know, let's keep the shit going.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
So, I don't know. I'm going to go. Appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure, guys. Hey, appreciate everybody tuning in. You know, Chris, appreciate you tuning in with West Texas and all the good shit that you got going on over there, dude. A good Friday night. I know you're gonna be busy tomorrow and God knows Sunday, but you have the link. You're more than welcome to jump in whenever we go live. You know, so you have that in your wheelhouse there, brother. And appreciate you. Appreciate
Yes,
it a
sir.
ton.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Chris. Be cool, bro. Talk to you
Sure.
soon. And keep the updates going, dude. Just something little to talk about, man. So we
Absolutely.
appreciate that and we look forward to having some material, for the next beer show. Other than that, guys, that's gonna do it for a show. Unless you guys got something else in the chat, put it in there, make it fire, make it happen. Hey, it's all up to you guys. Gonna be a big weekend over in Reedley Airtime in Sanger tomorrow and Sunday. My better half, homie Mike, is apparently already over there. So we'll be live tomorrow night. Don't know where, but we're gonna be close to the sign up shack. So for everybody that's come down for the California Cup, really appreciate you guys so much, and looking forward to it tomorrow. Other than that, guys, great weekend, great Friday, great night tonight, and just appreciate all you guys just tuning in to our show. It goes a long ways. It really does. So hey, hats off. Hats off to you guys. Appreciate it a ton. Sunday is supposed to be where winner takes all for the guys over there at Red Bull Rampage. Just be ready, because it was pretty juicy today. So for all you guys out there, hey, be cool. Love you guys so much, and we'll talk to you later.